Morning. Gonna connect up. Oh, goodness, what a morning. What a morning, Sarah. I about had a heart attack this morning. There was a coal mining accident here, and our little nephew uh, was at work. A roof bolter, basically, he's about got his arm cut off. I don't know if it was the roof bolt machine, but we thought it was Matt. And gosh, it's been very upsetting. They're not going to find this little boy unless he's hiding out somewhere. Sir. No, I don't think it. I had a dream about him last night, and it's probably, I don't know. I've dreamed stuff before, and it's come true. But it's probably because I did a couple videos on it yesterday. Um, and I was reading stuff about his parents. The police have been there 17 times since that little boy's been alive. 5 years. 17 times. And I'm going to take his PayPal link down. I don't like that crap. Somebody told me to do that, but it's in the description. You know what I mean? It's in the description if people want to do it. I just don't feel right about that. But anyways, the police report, we're going to pull up right here and we're going to see. But I know I'm not, I don't judge people that have addiction problems. But when you got kids running around, you got needles and stuff laying in the floor, um, they need to do what I did. My son, when I was going through that, went to stay with my mom. There was no CPS or nothing like that. I was lucky. My mom found out just about right after I started abusing. And she just had a talk with me. She said, I'm not going to have this around him. Basically, I know you're going through a lot, but can't have it around him. And that's what happened. And like some people would like to comment on YouTube. But we're going to pull this up real quick. So we'll know exactly what the police reports say. See, that's showing. Okay. There was dog feces and, oh gosh, that is getting on my nerves. Dog feces, everything in the floor, what the report said. Gosh, every time I touch this phone, it goes to something else. Gets on my nerves. Let me get some tissue while I'm pulling this up. I've still got my PJs on, y'all. There's more than 60 pages of records detailing 5 years of calls to the home of Andrew, A.J. Freund, who's been missing since last week. The reports show police were concerned about the family's living conditions since at least September. And yesterday I said, they was probably like, because I said looked like they had a nice house. But he was probably like, I said yesterday, they was like the Golden State Killer. Everything was immaculate outside, but when you entered it, nasty as crap, hoarded up. And what did y'all think about that 911 call I uploaded? Was he not too calm? That just don't make sense that they last saw him at 9:30 p.m. They didn't know he was gone to the next morning. Do they not go check on their kids at night? Do they not get up when they get up at night to use the bathroom or get something to drink? Do they not open their kid's door up and see if they're okay? Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. I bet my headphones went dead. crap. I forgot to charge them yesterday. It says they're connected. I don't know. They need to be charged. I know that. Oh, and the same day that they reported AJ missing, the mom was arrested. I think it's like a traffic warrant. Her name's Joanna Cunningham. What was the warrant for? Failure to appear in court on a driving with suspended license charge. They must be strung out or something. I kind of thought that to myself when I looked at her because she looks kind of older. It looks like she's been abusing for a while. It says the arrest stemmed from a December incident when she drove to Taco Bell to see if someone could call police in order to file a burglary report. Cunningham told officers that responded that she believed someone had stolen her phone and medications. Well, we all know why she said her medicine was stolen, so that she could get more. You had to file a police report now when your medicine gets stolen if you want it replaced. So it says when Cunningham returned to her home with the officers, they asked to look inside and found the dwelling to be cluttered, dirty, and in disrepair. The police report said the officers were concerned about the living conditions of the home, noting dog feces and urine throughout the house, broken windows. The records also noted portions of the kitchen floor were jagged and broken off. The kitchen ceiling appeared to have water damage and several windows were left open. Well, according to his 911 call, AJ's father, all the windows and doors, they asked him on there if they were locked, if they were open. So maybe they repaired them or something. It says the officer, it says upstairs in the room where the boys slept, the window was open and the smell of feces was overwhelming. The officers also noticed a large bruise on the right hip of one of the boys and reported the injury to Illinois Department of Children and Family Services, which had been contacted with the family multiple times since 2013 when Andrew was born with opiates in his system. The boy told officer the bruise was from the family dog jumping on him. An investigator was ultimately unable to determine the cause of the bruise. Police investigated mom's theft claims, but records show they were unable to verify them. They later arrested her on driving with a suspended license. She was released and allowed to return home with her children. So let's see. Living without power. 3 months earlier, records show police had been called to the home to do a well-being check after someone reported that the family had been living without power for weeks. An officer was denied entry by Joanna Cunningham, but saw both children who appeared happy and healthy, according to the police report. Cunningham was unable to tell the officer how long the power had been out, but said she had been staying elsewhere at times, including at a hotel in Woodstock. The report noted peeling paint on the home, and the windows also seemed to be falling apart. Maybe the home I saw in the news interview wasn't their home. Hey, good morning, Mel Mel. Patty. I'm just sitting here. I'm reading this police report. My allergies are killing me. I think it's where I was crying earlier. We thought that our nephew had really got hurt in the coal mines. Unfortunately, it was someone else about tore his arm off. Okay. Let's see. These kids should not have been in this home. The woman, I could sit here and read this and not even know her and just look at her and tell that she has an addiction problem. I can spot another addict a mile away. I always say that. That's my saying. I always tell my hubby that. I can spot somebody a mile away. I'll say, they do pills or something. He'll say, oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And guess what? Turns out, oh, Cece's always right. Hey, Bella. Patty. Well, crap, I keep disconnecting. My Bluetooth's dying, y'all. I don't know where my other headphones are. There. They start cutting off like that when the battery's low. Crap, I knew it. I knew it. I thought about that before I got on here. I was like, gosh, I didn't charge my headphones yesterday. Um, let's see. Okay. Officers reported their findings to DCFS, but were told by agencies that a caseworker would not come out to check for utility issues, according to police records. Police also came to the home in 2014 when a woman at the house called to say she suspected tenants living in the basement were using heroin. The caller said a syringe was found on the kitchen floor. Police told her to seek eviction proceedings. Oh, that was probably just somebody she had drug acquaintances she had living with her, is what it was. They weren't her tenants, I bet. She might have charged them a little rent, but they were drug acquaintances. I could bet my life on it. I shouldn't assume, but I just know how drug addicts are because I've been one. I just know how they are. I know how their brain thinks. Hey Valerie, still in pain, but I have pain pills. Well, take you one, girl. The doctor told me when I broke my knee, you're supposed to take pain pills before you're actually in pain. Yeah, that's what he told me. He said, take it. Don't wait till you start hurting, he said. I mean, take them right, of course. I said a prayer for you yesterday. Yeah, just stay still and relax. Don't even worry about moderating or nothing. Oh, you're welcome, Valerie. We love you. I was thinking about you yesterday. So I'm assuming, I can't find out, but I'm assuming she didn't get custody of the other kid back yesterday. I couldn't find out anything. I didn't even hear it on HLN this morning. Um, but I was wondering, you know, why they took that other kid, because there's been other missing cases and the people's got other kids and they didn't take theirs. I knew there was something up with that. Did somebody left me a comment and said that AJ was born with opiates in his system. So I got online, started snooping around, and finally they found those police reports. This is AJ Friend. He's missing from Crystal Lake, Illinois. I guess it's just right outside of a suburb outside of Chicago or something. Well, there's been other parents, such as John Benet Ramsey's parents. They stopped cooperating too, but they didn't take the other kid. They took this one because there's been so much evidence of the CPS being there, Child Protective Services, and the cops being there, history of drug use. It's ridiculous. I had a dream about him last night, and I don't know if it was where I was reading stuff, but I was dreaming about him being in his house and it being dirty, and he looked like he was hungry. The other kid doesn't need to be there from what I'm reading. And that 911 call, like I would have been freaking out. How do you not know your kid's missing till the next morning when they went to bed at 9:30? Do you not check on them? Like everybody checks on their kids, right? Unless they all went to bed at the same time or something. But when my son was little, I never could sleep with him in another room. He always slept with me. Well, it's ridiculous. He was like so calm in his voice. I would have been panicked out. And in that 911 call, he said, "Oh, I checked down at the store where we take him to get him candy." I was like, and it's disconnected again. Crap. Oh gosh, I'm gonna need to remind myself. I'm deleting my notifications to charge my earbuds. Oh, good night, Joshy. It's totally crazy, yeah. They were searching the lake yesterday, dragging the lake. And another thing that sticks out to me, the dogs only alerted inside that house, the scent dogs. Nothing outside. If the kid had got up and wandered out or run away from home and hiding out somewhere, the dogs would have picked up the scent outside. I'm sure they had more than one dog there. I saw that big hound dog there, that big bloodhound. Oh, I like how Mau Mau calls him Joshy. That's so cute. So cute. But I think there was an accident, or I don't know. One of the police reports said he had bruises. He could have been hate to accuse anybody. This is just theories, though. It's not accusing anybody. It's theories. Could have been beat to death. I'm not saying that they did it. I mean, you never know. Somebody could have snatched him out of the house, one of their drug acquaintances. Maybe they didn't do nothing to him. Maybe, hell, crap, anything could have happened. He could have been sold for drugs or anything, you know? Yeah, Patty. See, see, Valerie, Patty even says you're supposed to take your medicine before the pain hits you or to get out of control. Now, if you don't take stuff like that and are not used to it, it might make you a little sick at your stomach, though. You need to eat before you take stuff like that. Yeah, well, don't wait till your pain starts, Valerie. Just take them right, but it's all right to take it a little bit early. If it's time to take it, 30, 40 minutes for whatever. Took it with scrambled eggs. Okay, well, you shouldn't eat one for what? About halfway through the day, 2 or 3 o'clock, something like that. Whatever your bottle says. The only thing I can take is naproxen. Somebody asked me the other day what I took for pain, and I didn't say naproxen because I don't consider that a pain pill. It's like an anti-inflammatory, and them things are crap. They do help a little bit, though. Naproxen does for inflammation. Nobody must have got notified this morning. Now, well, I'm a little bit early too. I have been going about 10 or 10:30, so that's all right. Oh, I seen something on Facebook. It was totally disgusting. Made me so mad. Let me find it here. Let me get over on my crime group. See if I can find it. It was two parents. Right here it is. Right here it is. I'd like to be put in a room with this woman for 5 minutes. These people, they're going to jail because they raped a little girl. Yeah, it's sick. It's sick. Turn around, phone. Christopher and Sarah Alma Gear, I don't know how you say that, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of production of child pornography in October 2018. They videotaped raping a toddler. Yeah. Let's see. According to the state's attorney's office, 26-year-old Christopher and his wife, 27-year-old Sarah, faced 15 to 30 years in federal prison on sexual exploitation of children and production of child pornography. According to court records, investigators complied at least 25 victims from Central Texas area, ranging in age from infancy to 14 years old. My earbuds are not going to stay connected because the battery's dying. Should have charged. I don't know how long this is. Could probably charge them while I'm wearing them. Can you believe that her and him would rape children from the age, they would rape babies up until the age of 14 from that age range? Is that not the sickest thing you've ever heard? Reminds me of an old vintage case about this woman and this man, and they abducted this rich kid, and they both killed him. And they videotaped this stuff. It's sick. It's disgusting. This is why sometimes I have to take a break from true crime. I probably take a break in the morning because it riles me up. I commented, Carla Marie had this on her Facebook crime group, and I commented, I said, I like to be put in a room with that woman for 5 minutes. I'd show her what pain is. People like that should be put to death. That's the way I feel about that. 15 to 30 years for what they did, raping babies and little girls? Are they serious? They need life in prison. Yeah, they need the death penalty for people like that. Anybody that does stuff to children needs to exit because they don't do no good in this world. They're nothing but evil. Very sensitive when it comes to that subject. It's a bunch of bullcrap. How could anybody be turned on by a child? How could that? I mean, it is sick. Yeah, you get life for drugs, but they molest little babies. I don't even, gosh, pictures pop up. I hate that. God, it gets me riled up. That's so sick to think about. They need to be put to death. How could you get 15 to 30 years? Drug dealers. I was watching this documentary. This guy got caught with some cocaine. Really wasn't that large of an amount. He got 40 years. They're going to get 15 to 30. Yeah, you can't. It's hard when you. I try to fight the pain too. I got a pretty high pain tolerance, so when I hurt, it's hurting bad. Yeah, lady about broke my foot the other day outside with those cables. I put them on when we go out to potty. Hurt like crap. Like I need another leg injury. You know, I got to get coffee, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, I uploaded that Pound Gap Massacre video yesterday, but I uploaded the wrong video. The better video I didn't upload. Yeah, coffee time, girls. Coffee and cig time. Yeah, I don't mind if I smoke. Y'all know how I am. Um, Let me explain something about that video yesterday. At the beginning, I guess what the way I was reading it, the town used to be called Wise Courthouse, right where the courthouse is at. I guess I don't know, but that's what it said. But so there was a shootout at the courthouse. They caught a load of moonshine coming through on the wagon, and that Ira Mullins, crap, my earbuds. That Ira Mullins was in the wagon. Okay, so and then Doc Taylor, Ira survived that, but Doc Taylor, when the deputy, he got it in for him. So, and they hated each other. They had like a little feud going. So Doc Taylor got wind that Ira Mullins and his family was coming over Kentucky Mountain to Virginia. And they got up there at Killing Rock behind them big boulders. And they waited for that wagon to come by. And Ira had all his family, most of his family with him. And as soon as that wagon came by, they opened fire. There was horses killed, all kinds of people killed. Ira Mullins' son survived. And then the two boys that helped Doc Taylor, the Fleming boys. See, that was in my other video, the one I didn't upload. That was an accident. But they got away, but they were later caught and hanged. And the thing about it is, I was looking at those names and I was like, Heenan Fleming and his brother Canaan. Yeah, I know a guy named that. And he is from, I got to look and he's from the same family and he is mean too. Well, he's dead now. He was an outlaw too. He got caught growing like loads and loads of marijuana in an old abandoned coal mines. And the way he got caught is they, I guess, electric company knew that was electric coming from there or something. Yeah. Oh, really, Valerie? I hope she does good. Hey, also Maggie. So, yeah. So that's the story. Now, when I went and listened to my video, I thought, that's a little confusing at first. The story about the courthouse and the wagon. So I may take that down and redo it. Actually. Yeah, that's like one of the worst things that's happened around here. I mean, we've had quite a few things, such as the guy I grew up with killing his girlfriend, chopping her up, trying to burn her. And then there was this guy out here on Birchfield a couple years ago, had his mom and his stepdad buried in the yard. His daughter lived there with him, she's a little teenager. Well, younger than a teenager, about preteen. She had little friends that stayed over all night with her, and I went out on a date with that little girl's dad, the friend that spent the night, him. And anyways, Jimmy was telling me that his daughter spent the night there, and they noticed there was like a big grave out there, and he had told them that a dog died. I said, oh my God, Jimmy, what if they had discovered those bodies or started snooping around? He would have killed her. Hey, Love Hollister. I'm good. I've just been busy this morning. Yesterday, I was trying to do videos and updates on AJ and this and that, messing with the dogs. And last night, Lady woke me up 3:30 in the morning, growling, coming running through here, looking out the window. And then I heard something, and I looked out there, and there that daggone bear was. Turned my trash can over, had the trash out. I watched him drag one bag almost all the way over the hill. He's bigger than he was last year, too. That video I posted was last summer. Spring, summer, something like that. Yeah, so, Lady, I mean, she's a smart dog, She's got border collie and beagle in her. She's smart. Skylar's usually on to stuff like that. Where she's a beagle. She'll wake up out of a dead sleep. But last night she must have been tired. Yeah, I spoke that batter up by talking about it, which I knew he had been out there and stuff. I heard him the other day. That is why I get so worried about that little boy out there unattended. I was out there the other day for 2 hours. Her door was open, but she didn't come out there. I mean, maybe she heard me out there talking to him, but that don't matter. It's her kid. She should check on him. Makes me mad. See how close, how close that, where that bear comes up at that to that trampoline right there. That trampoline stuff's where that little boy lives at. And the other trailer you can see, nobody's lived in it for 6 years. There used to be a cat hoarder that lived there. He was a nice man, but oh my gosh. You could smell his house from the outside. They had to strip. Well, somebody bought it. They had to strip everything else, basically gutted. And they just quit working on it. I guess it was just too big of a job. They had to take up the flooring because it just smelled so bad of cat urine and stuff. There was something they got to kind of spray on it. You can get like for cat urine and stuff, but it didn't work. Mm-mm. Oh, we did have, talking about cases around here. We did have one case well, there's two of them. The second one is over in Hayside, Virginia. It's quite a ways, a little bit away from me. But the other one is Mary Peace. Now, she don't live in the same town as me. She lives a little bit away too. But she had 2 trials. It was on American Justice. I think she had 2 or 3 trials. But anyway, they said that she shot her husband. But she said it was self-defense. She was shot too. Now, the first time she went to trial, they found her guilty, of course. But one of the jury members was my landlord, and I got to talk with her about it. And I even told her back then, I said, I think y'all got that wrong. I mean, who's going to blow a hole in their stomach? Plus, one of the detectives was shady because it came to light that he covered for his brother, which murdered someone. It had been unsolved for years until a while back. Then it came out David Mullins, the detective's brother, is the one that committed the murder. And I'm going to get Mark's aunt to let me interview her about the murder of her husband. And it went unsolved for years, like I said, till a while back. She's been on the news and stuff before. In Appalachian Mountains or the town of Appalachia. There's a town called Appalachia too. David Letterman was talking about the town of Appalachia one time on his show, making fun of them. It's a smaller where I'm from, town, and they're all on drugs. I'm telling you, Valerie, these doctors, they're shady, man. They busted my doctor I used to go to and he was writing women prescriptions in exchange for sex. He got a little bit too personal with me, and I stopped going to it, to be honest. And about 6 months later, I said, somebody's going to get him in trouble for sexual harassment. And this doctor would actually tell me if I went in there with my hair straight, oh, why'd you straighten your hair today? I like it curly. He tried to kiss me once, I swear. And it made me mad. And I told him no. And he did. He didn't, anymore. He stopped. But it made me mad because I was manic at the time and I had went into the office crying. Mark had driven me to the damn doctor. And he tried to take advantage of me. But see, at this point in my life, I wasn't a drug addict or anything, Well, I mean, I always been an addict, but, I was in recovery. So, really made me mad. he would try to take advantage of someone like that. But he lost his license. His name's Dr. Kenwald. You can read all about him. He's about 3 foot tall. He's a little old dude. He was my grandfather's doctor, and he's actually my grandfather's doctor at the time he committed suicide. And my mom always says, "Oh, he killed Daddy." I said, "No, Papa didn't have to take that medicine stuff. He gave Papa a lot of medicine. I don't know really what it was because I was young, but it was for schizophrenia. But Papa was in the hospital the night before his suicide, and he walked out of the hospital. I could not believe that they let a mental patient walk out of the hospital and then hallucinating. But nobody can understand how he walked out of the hospital like that. My granny had to go pick him up on the mountain. They called her because they had gave him, Dr. Kenwell said this, a shot that was strong enough to knock out an elephant. He came home next morning and took off and went and committed suicide. So my mom blames Dr. Kenwell basically. It says Kentucky, West Virginia, and Tennessee. Yeah, it's probably talking about this area too. I know, Love Hollister. She is careless. You talk about my neighbor. Yeah. My headphones are not going to stay connected. They're dead, guys. They are dead. I'm all over the place this morning. Mark's mom called and told us about that coal mining accident, and nephew had just went to work at 6 o'clock. We thought it was him because it was a roof boulder. It was someone else, unfortunately. I mean, I didn't mean like that. Y'all know what I mean. I mean, unfortunately, someone else was hurt too. But Matt's okay. But I don't think it was like the roof of the coal mines falling down. I think it was the roof bolting machine about severed this guy's arm somehow. Yeah, Sandy, there's actually there was a show called Appalachian Outlaws, and it was about the ginseng hunters. That show is so exaggerated. Like, there is a lot of people that hunt ginseng, but they don't act like those people on there. We hunt ginseng too. I know I can spot ginseng out too. Bloodroot. Dr. Tackett Nelson. I don't know those names. I don't go to the doctor. I go to the residence clinic. That's where I went last week. Hey, they got signs up at the emergency rooms, the clinics. Do not ask for pain pills. They want to give you pain pills and they think you need them, they'll give them to you. Appalachian Outlaws. It's where it was about ginseng hunters, people hunting ginseng. I used to call it ginseng. It's ginseng. Um, and arguing with each other about it. You know what I mean? Territorial and stuff. Just, it just makes me mad because some of them people get on there and they make us look ignorant. It makes me mad. And I just want to tell everybody, not everybody in the country acts like them fools on there. There's big money in hunting ginseng. The Chinese people, they like to use it for medicine and make tea and stuff like that. Oh, you don't know what ginseng is? It's an art. Well, it's like let's find it. I can't explain it, girl. Let me look it up. It's a plant that grows natural in the Appalachian Mountains, and It's used for medicine. It's a root. You use the root of the plant. Let's see. Let me ask Google here so I can explain it better. It's Ginseng. Ginseng is the root of a plant in the genus Panax, such as Korean ginseng. Oh, we got Appalachian ginseng here. Let me get a picture. See, it's roots. That's the root of the plant. Well, you can't see. This new phone's so shiny. Um, it is high dollar. Hey, I was eating at the Chinese place one day, and there was a guy. He brought like a huge bag in to the Chinese lady that owns it, and he made all kinds of money. I'm sure. I'm sure. The bigger the root, the older the plant. But it takes years and years and years for them to grow that big. And really, when you dig ginseng up from the ground, you need to take the berries that's on the plant and plant them. Cover them up with dirt so more ginseng will grow. I know a lot about this because my hubby hunts ginseng. I'm trying to find a ginseng pick of the whole plant. Okay, this is what it looks like. See those berries? When you dig up the plant, you take those berries and you replant them. That's what good people do. Yeah. Now, Sandy, you know what it is, don't you? Hey, Kim, I knew everybody didn't get their notifications. I knew it. I said that earlier. I said, where's everybody at? Everybody must not got their notifications. Let's see if we can find it. Better picture. It's a beautiful plant. Now, there's something else in the woods that looks like it, so you can kind of get it confused. You have to go by, let's see, the leaves. You got to kind of look at the leaves because there is another plant that grows berries on it like that. I know because I thought I found some ginseng one time and it was that. We also hunt dryland fish. Yes, it is illegal to take it off state land. Mm-hmm. And you can only hunt it certain times of the year. Yeah, you can hunt it during the summer, up until sometime in the fall. But I think it's probably like that because the frost and stuff gives it out. But there's only there's a certain time of year that you hunt it. They're very strict about the ginseng laws. You can make a lot of money digging that. You've got to get, you get you, let's see how much ginseng's worth. You got them in North Carolina. There'll be ginseng, North Carolina, West Virginia, out the mountains. I bet you there's even some in California. All over. Let's see what the price. And the bigger the root, the more valuable. Some I seen on one show, this one root was $10,000. It was huge. It's $500 to $600 a pound. But what you do after you dig it up, you lay it out somewhere and let it dry out a little bit. But you don't want it too dry. Oh, Maggie's done looked to the price up. Sandy, you didn't get notified either, did you, I bet? Oh, this is my hubby's tea, but it's really mine. I take it from him. I love Jimi Hendrix. We're into rock music here. My husband, he likes to play the guitar and stuff, and he he thinks he's Jimi Hendrix. Hey Jojo, how you doing? Y'all talk among yourselves. I'm gonna go potty. I was thinking about you, Jojo. I hit my cup and it spilled coffee. Jojo, honey, I have been there and done that. It is not worth it. I know that you feel like you can tell me to shut up. I don't care. But I mean, I know you feel like that you love this guy. You you're comfortable with him. See, I'm afraid of change. So I've been in that position as you. Um, Mental abuse is the worst abuse. I would rather for somebody to smack me in the face. And you deserve better than that. Just know that. You can email me if you need to. And I can talk to you. We can talk through Hangouts. Let me type in my email. I'm telling you, you need to get away from that. And take my word for it. 6 months later or a year later, you'll look back and you'll be like, gosh, why did I stay in that mess? God, what made me put up with that? You know, I love you, girl. I've been there. And, they will beat you down to where you think you're worthless, useless, ugly. They just do that because they are so ugly themselves and so unhappy themselves. It makes them feel better to belittle someone else because they got their own freaking issues. I like to come over and kick his damn ass for him. Yeah, Valerie's been there too. Yeah, I felt like with my first husband, I was talking about him the other day. I felt like that I loved him. I felt like I could not do any better than him. I was fat. I was ugly. Just all kinds of things. He had me beat down so far. And I thought I couldn't live without him. Even though he was physically and mentally and sexually abusive to me. I felt like that. But when I got away from him, when I left him many times and I would go back, he'd go check himself into rehab because he was an alcoholic. And then he'd get out and say he had changed and do the honeymoon stage and buy me stuff, and I'd go back. But the last time that I left him, when he smacked me and my jaw still healing up, where he broke it, I was done with him. I left. I went to my mom's. The next morning, I woke up. I felt like something had been lifted off of me, and I knew I would never go back to him. And I hate him to this day for the things that he has done to me and did to me. I will never forgive him. I can't help it. Oh, really, JoJo? Yeah, see, that's the way they do. That's called the honeymoon stage. They'll be nice and butter you back up, and then the next time they get their feathers ruffled, it's back to being abusive. Valerie, that's what a deputy told me. My mom, right there at the end, was sending the cops to my house every night. And one time they did arrest him. They drug him out of the house. He broke my wrist, and my neighbors called the cops. He bent it back. I went down on the porch on my knees. He broke my wrist. So they arrested him. But, anyways, that cop told me he was going to start beating on me one time, and he wasn't going to be able to stop, and he was going to kill me. And I believe it because he about strangled me to death. Yeah. He's got a miserable life now. That's what you call karma. You know what he told me, though? Must have some real, of course he's got issues. He told me he had been drinking liquor since he was 10 years old. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me know, JoJo. What is the mind blower? That I can't stand. That is the most degrading word. And if he knows that word bothers you more than other words, he'll keep using it. So maybe that's what he's doing. You need to do a little reverse psychology on this asshole. Yeah. JoJo, how long have y'all been together? You don't have to tell me. I'm trying to, figure him out a little bit inside his head. Can he hear me? JoJo, it always starts off just a little push. He's probably done more than that. You just won't tell us. You need to make sure the YouTube's always turned down because I don't ever want to get you in trouble. I despise that word too, Samara. 9 years. See, sometimes we get content with our lives even though that we're unhappy because we're damaged ourselves inside and afraid to make change, and it's just really, it just, abuse really does something to you. Yes, get your stuff together and leave. Well, I won't say too much on YouTube anymore because I don't want him to hear. Because when they find out that you've told their little secret on them, it enrages them. Yeah, don't be afraid to be alone. That's the way I used to be. I used to be scared to be alone. I thought I could not live without a man. And the reason that was because I've always wanted somebody to love me. Because I lost my papa, the only person I felt like really, truly cared about me. So I think it does something to girls when they grow up without father figures and stuff. Well, that's good, JoJo. You need to talk. You need to talk about it. Um, I know how it is, girl. I know you're afraid to make change. I know that you love him. But you need to ask yourself, does he love you? He calls you that name every day. I mean, gosh. Ooh, that makes me mad. I can't stand that word because I've been called that too. I used to get called that a lot, JoJo. My hubby has got into the Bible and stuff and really totally changed over the last few months. Good morning. Girl, I'm a hot mess, Jamie, but thank you. I had to try to do something. I gotta get my hair straightened today, y'all. JoJo, you need to get the Hangouts app. I mean, you need to video chat when you got some alone time. Oh, thank you, Jamie. You're always so sweet, Jamie. I love all y'all. I love talking to all y'all. And when one of my own, as I call it, is going through something, I really take it personal. I really do. I feel like everybody's my friend. You're 13's granddaughter. First thing on my mind this morning, I'm thinking about Ballard. I think about things. I know I'm forgetful, but I do think about everybody, and it really upsets me. Well, JoJo, I'm going to tell you what. Your son's 15 years old. He is getting older. Boys are protective over their mothers. He will end up into it with that guy you're with over his mommy. My son, if you say something smart to me, he's got something to say about it. So, your son, is that his son? Or is that none of my business? I didn't, because the way you commented right there, so y'all have a kid together. Well, yeah, JoJo, strangers. Yeah, I don't feel like y'all are strangers to me. I feel like y'all are, my friends. I don't talk like this to anybody else in my real life here. Before I got on here, I just talked to my mom and just watch YouTube. I got a YouTube buddy in the pet community, Brian Barchak. I talked to him a little bit. Thank you, Jamie. So let's all pray for each other. It is hard to leave, Kim Smith. It is so hard to leave. I bet you I left my ex. I started to say his name. He don't even deserve for me to say his name out my mouth. But anyways, I was scared to leave and stuff too. But I was so much. I can't explain that feeling. That next morning, I woke up in my mom's house, sitting in her guest bedroom. I'll never forget it. And I was just like, so relieved. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to act, what to do. You know, you're my sis too, JoJo. Your son's not his. Well, it doesn't matter if they're biological or not, if they're good to them. But is your son close with him? Sometimes. No, I'm not saying this guy's like this, but sometimes after they start abusing the women, then they transfer it over to the kids too. A lot of these sickos are jealous of people's kids. I've been lucky in that department with my hubby and my son. He's always done things for my son, and I don't ask him. Well, I did. I do now. I don't ask. I say, look, I got to go get this or that for Timothy. And he's like, okay, sure. Yeah, they're jealous of other people's kids. Guess who he was married to? No cheating affair. Just guess. Who? Who's married to who? And yeah, Samara. And back to your comment. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, a lot of people will try to butter you up, as I call it, be good tissues towards your kids. To try to, you know, win brownie points. I know it, Valerie. Oh my goodness. See, that is not good, Jojo. He does not need to be around someone like that because he is learning from this guy how to treat women. And it's bad the way he treats you. Do you talk to your, I'm sure you do. I talk to my son and tell him, you don't call women names. I don't care how mad they make you. You do not hit a girl. I don't care if they hit you. Walk away. Get away from them. It's awful. He tells you, calls you that. Your son doesn't call you that. The guy you're with, right, calls you that. Mm-mm-mm. So awful. I knew I was rushing around to get on here early this morning, and I guess the purpose of that, I believe everything happens for a reason because JoJo needed someone to talk to. I believe in fate and stuff. Well, JoJo, what? JoJo, he was married to your sister? Really? Hey, DJ Matt, good afternoon. Hey, Christine. JoJo, she's got me. I've got to smoke, y'all. My cigarette went out. Makes me nervous when I'm talking about this stuff. Um, JoJo, you need to get out of that situation. That is not a healthy situation. Hi, Christine. Sorry I'm smoking, but I can't help it. Your son says he's worried about it. Oh, you're smoking too, Christine? Oh, good, good. We'll have one. We'll have a cigarette together. Yes. Listen to what Valerie's saying. He is only going to keep dragging you further and further and further down. You know, you don't want to have to completely hit rock bottom before you get out. You don't want to wait till he about beats you to death because he loses it. Because believe me, if he pushes you, it's going to lead to hitting if he don't already. And he probably does already. Your sister don't speak to you because of him. Yeah. See, he's caused family problems and stuff. It's only going to get worse. I know. And let me tell you something. Abusive people seek out people like you and I that didn't have a good childhood. Well, I don't know if you did, but like I did, and they seek out their prey. There's certain characteristics, traits in people that they look for abusive people. That's what I think. I've been watching Dr. What's his name? Grande. Oh yeah, this week I should have something cool to show y'all from Old Soul Maggie. Let me see. She just messaged me. Oh yeah, Maggie. If you're still listening, yes, this is a new phone. Didn't it take a good picture? The one I posted on the community. I don't know if you're still in here. In here. Let me message her back. Yeah, it's a pretty nice phone for $100. This is what I got. Don't be embarrassed. That's what we're here for. Don't be embarrassed. Look at all the things that I share on here about myself and what I've been through. Every time that I have to say or I mention that I had a drug problem, I get a little self conscious about it. I'm not going to lie, but everybody's very supportive and understanding. Okay, JoJo, we'll change the subject. If you need me, you know where I'm at. We love you. We support you. And anytime that you want to come in, bring it up in the chat. If you've got something on your mind, bring it up. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. Yes, there's no judgment here. It does take a lot of strength to leave. Kim Smith's right. Kim, you're a good person. Yeah. Yeah, there's about like blessed mess. There's about like a little just part of me because I'm a self-conscious, low self-esteem person anyways, that does think a little bit shameful when I say it. I'm ashamed that I was that way, to be honest. And I do worry about what people think. But everybody's so supportive, and I believe people respect someone being honest anyways. And everybody shares their stuff with me too in the chat. There's a lot of people that shares about their journey in life. There you are, Otho Mag. I just saw your message. Yes, this is a new phone, girl. Didn't it take an awesome picture? I've got to get me a phone case or I'm going to scratch it up. It's just like a little Galaxy J7 crown. Well, just email me, JoJo. I'll put it in here. I'm trying to type one in. That way you don't have to share your email on here. You can, and if you have like, if you got a Gmail account, you could download Hangouts, Google Hangouts. It's easier to message through Google Hangouts than it is email. That's the way me and also Maggie do. And that girl is talented. She's a beautiful girl too. Also Maggie. Maggie's I call her. She makes the cutest. Oh my God, y'all would die. I'm going to tell on you, Maggie. She makes the cutest little wooden stools, but she makes them look like mushrooms. Oh my gosh, they are so, so cute. Bye, Jamie. Thank you for stopping in. Have a safe trip picking up your rental car. Oh, you're welcome. Maggie, me and Maggie, we're a lot alike. We've had to learn some hard lessons in life. We've had to learn the hard way. Oh, you would love her little wooden stool, Samara. Mushroom stools. Yeah, they're so cute. Okay, JoJo, you're not bugging me. Just shoot me an email, say hey or something. That way I have your email address. Yeah. Yeah, Patty. I'm an 80s baby. 1980. January of 1980. I'm a winter baby. I always hated that growing up. Every time it was my birthday, there was a big snowstorm every year. Nobody could come. I couldn't have a party. I remember having like one party. I had a Cabbage Patch doll cake. I can't smoke for my cigarette going out. 23rd, Maggie. January 23rd. And my mama that I'm named after, my mama Leslie, she was born the 22nd. I was born the 23rd. And my Aunt Mabel, Mama Leslie's daughter, was born the 24th. We were just kind of chit-chatting about everything, Cindy. We were talking at the beginning. I was reading some of the police report about AJ Freund, his family. The police had visited there like 17 times since the little boy has been alive, and he's only 5 years old. History of drug use, the house being dirty. I figured their house was like that. I don't know. And I knew she was probably a drug addict. I could tell. I can spot one a mile away. Look at my hair. It's looking terrible, y'all. I might have put it back a minute. So that's killing me. Okay. Um, remember yesterday, and let me get out of my hangouts. Remember yesterday, I said, "Gosh, she looks like she's an older woman," you know, and she's 7 months pregnant. And I was thinking to myself, she looked strung out because when you're active in addiction like that, and telling what she's on, anyways, I think opiates. She could be on something else, but it makes you look older. It really does. I could spot another addict a mile away. Your daughter's is January 21st. Oh, and Maggie's is the 9th. Patty's is the 6th. Oh, so Maggie, yeah, she's got a channel. Y'all check her out. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. I saw her in one video. I don't know if it's still up or not, but I saw her in a video and she's beautiful. My son's a Capricorn too. He's December 29th, Maggie. Yeah, he was born December 29th. Oh, thank you, JoJo. Well, we love you and we're here for you and we do not judge you. I did too, Cindy. I didn't want to say that yesterday, but if you was in the chat yesterday, I can't remember, but I said, "Oh, she looks like she's older." The reason she looks older, well, I think she kind of is. I don't know, but it's because she's strung out. She looked like it to me too. Either they've let that little boy accidentally, maybe they let him accidentally overdose. Maybe he got a hold of something. Maybe some drug person took him. You don't never know. Yes, JoJo, you are strong. JoJo, check out that song, Brett Michaels, Unbroken. It'll give you faith right there. I love that song. Every time I'm feeling down, I listen to that Brett Michaels song now. Man, I watched this older guy, speaking of singing. God, what is his name? Something Surge. Gosh, that guy could sing. He's like got gray hair and stuff. Man, he can rock out. Like it really surprises me every time I hear him open his mouth. Anyways, JoJo, have a good day, sweetie, or evening, whatever time it is. Somebody's son was born in 1986. Love Hollister's son was born in 1986. Truth Surge. Yes. I love him. He didn't die or anything, did he? Christine. Oh, you're talking about the other case. I get mixed up. Sorry. Oh, okay. You're talking about the boy. Okay, yeah. I realized that after I said it. No, I didn't see it, Valerie. Okay, Valerie shared a link, and it's a list of songs for survivors. I'm going to check it out, Valerie, when I get off of here. Since I quit really engaging with people, like offline, I can finally get time to do videos, like and staying off YouTube. Just not engaging with people. I've been staying off YouTube a lot. You know, just trying to focus on becoming a better person, focusing on myself because I'm a little bit unhealthy mentally too, and just focusing on the channel and stuff. Oh, it's okay, JoJo. Oh man, I love Christine. We must think alike. I love him. He is so awesome. So awesome. Let's look before I get off here, see if there's any updates about AJ. I'm going to keep up with this case. Okay, Just something just posted 22 minutes ago by Chicago Tribune. Look, I don't want to subscribe to y'all's newspaper. Says Crystal Lake police again talked to mother of missing boy AJ Friend as police remove items from the home. Crystal Lake police this morning again talked to Joanne Cunningham, the mother of the 5-year-old boy who went missing last week, as police returned to the family home and removed a shovel, mattress, and other items. Y'all know we once had a case around here, and I'm going to do a video on it, where they chained a little girl to the bed. The mattress was soaked in feces. Let's see. That's all it says about it. I believe they did something to that little boy. I will apologize if they didn't. But I really believe something happened to him inside that house, and it was not good. Thank you, Valerie. Yeah, I did. I done better at YouTube than I thought I would because I'm so emotional and stuff, but I've learned some valuable lessons over the last few months, believe me. Believe me. YouTube has been, I've had a few moments that was very upsetting, but YouTube has been very good for me. I've learned how to open up more and speak my mind. I'm getting better at it. Yeah, them bastards, Valerie. He is cute. And Mel, I believe she commented and said that he looked like he was anemic. He was little. They probably didn't feed him right. But of course, my brother always looked like he was real skinny and pale when he was little too. I'm in favor of the death penalty too, Pamela. Child abuse. Oh, I'm glad you felt me too, Patty. I'm glad all y'all did. It's like destiny. We was all meant to meet. We probably all knew each other in a past life. I believe in reincarnation. I really do. See what else I can find, y'all. I want the real police reports. I don't think that she got the little boy back yesterday. Her other kid, Parker, I think he may be older. I don't think that she got him back in court. I've looked and looked yesterday evening to try to get an update about whether she got the other kid back and never could find it. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get off here. Any updates on AJ, I will post it. I'm gonna have the news turned on my TV while I'm piddling around the house a little bit. From what that police report said, Christine, they were on drugs. The house was not suitable even for an animal. Feces on the floor, drug needles laying out, windows broken out. Yesterday I said it looked like they had a nice home. I don't know if it did from the outside, what I saw on TV. But, they're like the Golden State Killer. They want to put off an impression that they got this nice, perfect life. And inside, it's a mess. But the neighbors already knew about this family. They already knew. The neighbors are very concerned. I don't think that, unless I'm hoping that he ran away from home to get away from them. They find him safe, but I don't think that happened. I think they did something. That's why the scent dogs alerted inside the house only. I'm telling you, if that kid had walked out or someone had come in and got him, whatever, it would have picked up his scent. Unless it had been raining outside. but I don't think it had. I'll look into that, see if what the weather was um, that night, because that could explain why they didn't pick up a scent outside. But I'd say they done something to this kid. I hope not. Oh, you left the stove on, Valerie? Oh my God, you better cut it off. Remember that. Hey, Sarah. If I didn't say hi, I'm sorry I'm getting off here when you're coming on. Yeah, girl, I got to get off here and get on the news, and you can cover this too. I mean, I don't care. I don't get mad over things like that. It's a true crime community. We're all going to cover the same stuff. Me and Will actually uploaded a video one day. We both did the same thing. But it was breaking news. When breaking news happens, you just do it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to hop off here. I love y'all. Peace. And if y'all ever need anything, just shoot me an email. Oh, I love you too, Mel Mel. Sorry, Kay. I'm hopping off here when you're coming on. Sorry. Bye, Patty. Love you. Samara, everybody, Christine, Sarah, Valerie. Did I say Patty? JoJo, Oto, Maggie. Everybody that was on here. Jamie Lynn, she's gone now, though. Cindy. Bye, guys. Peace.